Chronicles.
Hey, it's your boy DJ Diamond Cuts with another episode of DJ Chronicles, and I am so happy and honored to have the legendary, the iconic Sons themselves, Mr. Dwayne Mooney. How you doing today?
Hey man, you almost got it right, Daryl. You have a
girl.
Chance.
All right.
You would lose all your money in Vegas, brother.
Definitely.
That intuition was off like a son of a gun.
Yes, indeed. But man, I mean, it's definitely an honor to have you because of the fact, I mean, we have watched your father for so many years. And I mean, I'm surprised that a lot of folks didn't really attach themselves to him. But I think they were more afraid because he had like the attitude to the point, I don't care. I'm going to put it out there, whether you like it or not. But our people need to be educated. Yeah, I'll make you laugh and do this and do that. But I'm talking some real knowledge to y'all, whether you get it or not. A lot of us, we catered to that. We actually drew to that. But I was shocked as far as, a lot of the comedians, they kind of backed away from it because they felt as though, it was going to tarnish them. But my thing is...
they love them now, though, don't they?
Oh, yes, indeed. And my thing is, we need to give people their flowers while they're here, not after they're gone. And I wish, I had the pleasure of meeting him. But, hey, the next best thing is his seed. So, man, yeah. I am honored to have you here.
It's a pleasure, man. People say, how was it growing up with your father? He was so radical. I said it was so stressful. He gave us gray hair. But yeah, man. He's getting his flowers now because he doesn't have to run his mouth tomorrow.
Right.
So it's funny when you transition. That even your enemies like you,
definitely.
Because you don't have to see them tomorrow.
Nope.
Right? You don't have to be in your face with their truth tomorrow. So when they transition, then you look at them like, oh wow, that guy was deep. He changed. Look at all the people who loved him, and I disliked him, but look at all the people that loved him. I'm so sorry for not liking him. I love him too. It was just me. Then, when somebody transitions, you remember all the good times.
Right.
And that's what it's about. And that's what you should do. because when you remember the good times in African tradition, in Grecian tradition, we are taught that you give, well, not all the tribes, but a lot of the tribes, they give praise, they give celebration. Even Dick Gregory said before, because I was very close with Dick, and Dick says, when I pass, do not be at my funeral sad. You mourn for 3 days, and after 3 days, that's a violation. So after 3 days, you celebrate. So we celebrate my father. We speak the highest and all the great memories, all the individuals that have had, because remember, he had generations of fans. Yeah. Think about that, brother.
Yeah. Yes.
Generations. You go all the way back to Red Fox.
Yeah.
You go back to Flip Wilson, young Richard Pryor.
There you go.
Then you come up into the Def Jam era.
Yeah.
Listen, the Def Jam era, right? Then you come up into the Apollo, the new Apollo era, right?
Right.
Then you come into the Living Color era.
Yeah.
Then you come into the Dave Chappelle era. And I missed in between that the Eddie Murphy era.
Yeah.
So you go through all of those areas, starting with Red Fox all the way to Dave Chappelle. That's like, you're talking about people from 90 years old to right now 15, 16.
Yep.
Cross generation, black fans, white fans, Latin fans, Asian fans. You hear me?
I got you.
This is a lot, men and women, and a whole lot of women. Oh, I don't know of a comedian more women love than maybe Eddie Murphy when he started doing like Coming to America, but I'm talking about where my father is like, he's got a lot of women fans, man. It's incredible. Yeah. And so you know how I feel when old fine sister calls me up and said, if there's anything I can do, and anything I can give you, just ask me.
Hey, that's the call. Everybody trying to get
that question.
Yeah, everybody trying to get that call.
I don't know if you can handle this question I'm about to ask you.
And not to mention, he was also a trendsetter, because all the different types of style he would present to you. To be a comedian, and to be a comedian, you're like, wow, to look at that and be like, that's something that a lot of cats can't do, but he did it with grace. And people just flocked to that, to the point where, the charisma that he had to go with it was like remarkable.
Yeah. Yes. The charisma, you said the grace, the sophistication, the glamour.
Yeah.
The glamour. He out Hollywooded Hollywood. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I did.
Out Hollywooded Hollywood. And wherever it's something that Marsha Warfield said that was real interesting. She did a legendary comedian. She did she said exactly, she did a piece on Facebook to my father when he transitioned. And she talked about, and in a nutshell, she said, he was like a king. He was like royalty. Wherever he spoke, he carried a royal flair about him. Yeah. Whether it was on stage, whether it was off stage, he always carried this royalness about him when he spoke. It was like he was sitting on a throne. Yeah. That's a high compliment, my brother.
Definitely.
Because when we talk about, as black people, what's up, king? What's up, queen? We are kings and queens and all of that. Here's an individual who exuded that royal energy, right? Just his presence, just his energy, just his charisma. That's a powerful thing. And then along came with that, you said it earlier, when in the introduction, he had the comedy and the humor, but he had the education.
Right.
He was committed to the education.
Yes.
Not just that. That's why we coined the term back in the day. It was in the early 80s. My brother and I coined a term called conscious comedy. When you have information along with the humor. So you have your Lenny Bruce's, your Dick Gregory's, your George Carlin's, your Paul Mooney's, and so on and so forth, who had the intelligence, but also through the humor and the laughter and the jokes and the satire, they were coming with information. Yeah. You see, because I always say my father, he was not only a comedian that made you laugh, but he also, what Christian Gregory says, who's Dick Gregory's oldest son, he says, my father helped destroy 500 years of post-traumatic slavery disorder in the minds of Black people, because he helped give them a way to process and deal with the Karens and the Johns. Yeah. You hear me? He's like, no, I'm not going to. No, you know, like what we call a sellout or a coon today. Right. You know, we'll say today, oh, you have the illusion of inclusion, right? He gave us a way to humorously deal with racism. Yeah. You see, and he gave us a stance to break people's face, to crack on people, to have a perception of racism, but it also came with humor. Yeah. And that combination helps free the mind of a people and helps you go through life a little bit more gracefully, a little bit more smoothly, because you have a sense of lightness about it, but at the same time, you're looking at it seriously. Yeah. So what he did was just incredible. And the body of work that he did, because think about it, brother. How many comedians do you know that just did comedy from the beginning to the end, stand up, no break, the beginning to the end, no break? Think about that. Eddie Murphy took a break. Yeah. Richard Pryor took a break because they went and did movies. Yeah. Red Fox went and did a television series. Yep. They became hot and famous in sitcom area or movie arena, where my father, his main thing was always to stand up. Anything he did was like a break, but it always came back to that stand-up comedy. I cannot remember a time when my father was not doing stand-up comedy.
And that's dedication right
there.
Day
one.
That's dedication.
I mean, he got, the only reason he couldn't do stand-up comedy anymore because he couldn't remember his lines on stage anymore. Because his dementia was kicking in, right? 4th stage of dementia. So he couldn't, that's the only reason he couldn't get up on stage. And then after that, we still had him come to the clubs and sign autographs and do Paul Mooney nights, and there'd be other comedians, because he would just light up a room just signing autographs.
I can imagine.
Okay? Right? So think about that. So his time from the beginning all the way to the end, he had to be in that limelight. He had to be with that crowd. He had to be in front of those people. He had to be there. That's an amazing motor, my brother. Yeah. That inside motor. That's like an inside motor, purpose, passion. That's just a motor just moving. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do that. And the body of creativity, not only with his own writings, but the body of creativity that he was able to share with Richard Pryor, with Rand Fox, with Flip Wilson, with Damon Wayans, with Homie the Clown, with Living Color, with all of the comedians he touched, from Sandra Bernhard to Andrew Dice Clay, or Robin Williams. I can go on, Marshall Warfield. I can go on and on and on and on and on. And when you think about it, when I sit back and think about it, because I'm his son, right? So I'm like, when he transitioned, I found out how big he was. Wow. All the love internationally.
That's amazing.
Not just nationally, internationally. I'm sitting up there, sitting on my bed, and up comes up BT, Paul Mooney. I mean, I already knew he transitioned, but it says his dates when he was born. I'm like, you're looking at just like, wow, this is deep.
Yeah.
Because you wonder why you didn't see much of your father. You really didn't wasn't with him all the time, but he was with everybody all the time.
Yeah. And that's
Same with Dick Gregory. They were the people's comic.
right. And that was what going to
All
bring.
the stories, brother, blow me away to this day. All the stories that people are telling me about my father. This story, how he helped them, how he did this, how he motivated them, inspired them with real live stories.
Yeah.
Not made up stuff. Real, not seeing them on TV. I'm like, how did my father get around all these people? Right?
Right.
It's like, woo, it just blows me away. So I look at him in the same vein I look at Dick Gregory. They were the people's comedian.
Definitely. That's what we needed. And that was going to bring me to my next question, to the point where, how was it coming up underneath him? I mean, you know, we know as far as how big he is as far as to the world, but you looking at him from, you know, that's my father, when, you know, when he was there. What's the father side?
The father side was the kind of father he was. He was hilarious, first of all. Hilarious. He's always hilarious. Everything you see on stage, he was off stage.
Okay.
Just hilarious. He would, one way he was so conscious, there were 3 books that I remember that in the household, in his library, 3 books that I really looked at and touched me to this day. There was Red Fox's book on Black comedians. It was an encyclopedia on Black comedians that Red Fox wrote.
Okay.
The second book was A Game of Life. It was a motivational self-development book about creating a reality. The third book was Destruction of a Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams. Destruction of a Black Civilization, where it talked about us as kings and queens and rulers of our own civilizations, and just, you know, information I had never heard before. And he would read the Final Call, the Nation of Islam paper, all the time. Every week he would have the Final Call, studying it along with Jet Magazine, right? Jet Magazine. And as you know, Jet Magazine was a small little booklet that had a lot of pictures, and the stories weren't that long.
Right.
The stories weren't that long. That's to keep people, get people's attention, because when John Johnson realized that people don't like to read long articles, they want to see pictures, they want to see short articles, and he realized that. Then he put that Jet Magazine centerfold in there, right? Make sure the brothers was gonna buy it just to see the centerfold. But folks don't understand. People Magazine, brother, copied that whole picture short articles.
Wow.
Then all those periodicals that came after People Magazine, they copied. It all came from Jet. Lots of pictures, short articles. Nobody was doing that before John Johnson. So we got to give him love and praise due for that brilliant billionaire.
Shout out to John Johnson.
So he don't get enough love, man. That dude was bad. Definitely. So here you have a Paul Mooney in the household, studying, always making you aware of what's going on, always teaching you game of what's going on in society. Don't ever let racism or white folks belittle you. Don't let black men belittle you. Don't let black women belittle you. Don't let white people, don't let Asians, don't let, always stand up. And what he was doing, it goes back to what Marshall Warfield was doing. He was teaching us how to be royal, brother. He was teaching us how to be kings, brother. That's all he was doing, how to be on top of our game, to be on top of the perception. Because if you're not on top of the perception, you can't be on top of your game. If you're not on top of your game mentally, you can't be on top of your game in the environment that you're in. So what I learned from him, and like Dick Gregory was like a godfather to me. What I learned from these brilliant individuals was one thing that they did not pick on, that we picked on. We picked up the mantle of building wealth. Okay. Not only comedy. It's like when we come to Baltimore, we're coming to do a comedy show, a tribute to our father. We're gonna be funny and we're gonna be raw. So y'all get ready for some adult stuff.
Definitely.
Right? But the day before, on Saturday, we're coming to do a wealth presentation, teaching our people in our community how to control their personal economy and how to grow their wealth by having other people invest for you. And while they're investing for you, if you want to, you can learn how to invest yourself. So while you can earn while you learn.
Oh, I know that's right.
Okay. Teach the community to earn while they learn. Change the paradigm. When you look at the cash flow quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, you've got on the left side, you've got employee and self-employed. On the right side, you've got business and you've got investor. The left side is the poor side, the right side is the rich side. So when you learn about business, and I'm not talking about small business, when he's talking about business, he's talking about a business of where you got 500 people working for you.
Okay.
Now think about that. Don't we call 9 to 5 the modern day slavery?
Yes, indeed.
Some people even call it the plantation.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
I gotta go to the plantation. Well, Mansa Musa documented one of the richest men on the planet. He was a Muslim way back in the day, ancient times. He was richer than Bill Gates. He had 500 slaves. 500. Robert Kiyosaki says, if you want to be rich, you got to have 500 employees. Employees, modern day slavery.
Okay.
Right? The employees are working for the boss, who to most people, double SOB spelled backwards. But he's working for the boss, right? He's working for the boss and 500 people. So it equates to modern day slavery. So now think about it. And what I'm talking about, if I get 500 people to invest, I got 500 business partners who can make more money than me.
Yeah.
If they want to. So that's why we got to change the game. We got to help each one, teach one, each one, reach one, each one, wealth one. Meaning, I got to help you help yourself so you can help others. But in turn, in me helping you and you helping yourself, me.
There you go.
Because in our programs, I'm able to make money off helping you, off your investments. I get a piece, you see. So it's like a broker. So when we explain this to our people, we explain and we show them how people are making $10,000 a month, $20,000 a week, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. When we show how Black people around the world, in Africa, in Haiti, in America, are making this kind of real money right now. And I say this because we are being sold a bill of goods. We're being sold poverty. We're being sold struggle. Yeah. We're being sold brokenness. And people are inheriting and allowing that disease that we call broke-itis, empty pocket syndrome, inflammation of the credit card, constipation of the bank account. You know how when you put something in the bank and won't nothing come out? Yeah, we talked about constipation of the bank account. So we're saying, we're teaching the people to open up their minds and get out of their stinking thinking, get out of their poverty consciousness, get into that millionaire mind, get into that wealth consciousness, get into that prosperity mind and say, hey, I create my own economy. Nobody is in control of that but me. Not government, not my mama, not my daddy, not my husband, not my wife. Me. I control that, men and women. And you know as well as I know, brother, you make some money. Let's say you become a millionaire overnight. All of a sudden, you start noticing things in your relationship that you didn't notice before. All of a sudden, you start noticing that hump on your lady's back that you didn't notice before. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, she noticed that big old knot on your head. You know, All of a sudden, it's like I got options now. You see, and when so many women who are married and they get married and they become modern day slaves for their husbands because they can't have nothing else they can do. And you've got men who are gold diggers, men who are also gold diggers and marry women with money or women who are well to do, and women are taking care of them because it's that money. But when everybody's making the money, now you make better choices and you teach people and your lovers and your children, you teach them to make their own money because you don't want anybody codependent on you.
Correct.
You want people to be in control of their personal economy. And then when reparations come, because it's going to come one day, when reparations come, it's not something that you're begging for. It's just another stream of income.
That's it.
Because they always give to the countries who already got it going on. Japanese got reparations. They didn't need reparations.
Nope.
They gave them reparations because they wanted to do business with them. So let's give you these reparations so we can get that good feeling going and you can forgive us so we can continue to do business together. If Black folks recycle the $1 trillion, the $2.3 trillion that they spend gross national income that they spend every year, and they start recycling a quarter of it and build their own communities, build their own nation within a nation, what's going to happen is everybody's going to give to them because everybody gives to success. What happens when you're wealthy? You go in a restaurant. Oh, the dinner's on us, Mr. Wealthy Person.
Yep.
You get all this free stuff because they know you can create it on your own. They know you can create and control your personal economy. Well, think about bringing that back home to you, what that means in your relationships. You can create your own economy. People start looking at you differently. They start dealing with you differently because they can't use money to control you or pimp you. Looking at our father, looking at Dick Gregory, looking at the others, entertainers with impeccable integrity, we turned down stuff in the industry. The Mooney twins, DARYL and Dwayne, me and my brother. We turned down roles, put on dresses. No, we're not going to do that. No. Calling women the B word or the H word. No, we're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. Now, why aren't we going to do this? Because when we put something on camera, you're going to see this. This is stored for generations down, brother.
Yeah.
I got to come back to my community. I told one of the, it was one of the Wayans brothers, I told him because they wanted us to do their show, their Wayans Brothers show, but they had us call it Women, B's, and H's. And I said, no, brother, I can't do that because I've got to come back to my community. I don't just do this for entertainment, learning from my brother, learning from my father and Dick Gregory. I do this to uplift the people.
There you go.
So this is for my people. This is not just for the laughs. I'm not going to disrespect my people for the laughs. I'm not going to disrespect my people for the money. So we turned down a lot of stuff. That's why a lot of people, they saw us in one film called The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. You ever see that movie, The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh, back in the day with Dr. J? You ever heard about it?
I heard about it.
It's a basketball movie. It was the fish because everybody was a Pisces. Okay. Dr. J was the star. Okay. My brother and I were the guards on the team, first off the bench. That's where a lot of people know us from. That we did that when we were 19 years old.
Wow.
We were on right after we did the film, and the film was successful. Then we were on hold by CBS for 2 years. When you're on hold, they pay you for 2 years because they were working on a show for us. It was us and a white guy, Tom Dreesen, who was Frank Sinatra's opening act.
Okay.
Frank Sinatra's legendary opening act, Tom Dreesen. And Tom and our father were close at that time. And Tom said, what should the name of the show be? What should the name of the show be? And our father said, Uncle Tom and the Twins. Uncle Tom and the Twins. Okay. So So we were on hold by CBS. So, and then then the show never happened, and we were not on hold anymore. So we started doing theater and plays and all kind of great stuff and acting classes and a lot of good stuff in Hollywood. And then I met Dick Gregory. I mean, I'm watching my father. My father's coming up, right? He's coming up, doing his thing. Then I met Dick Gregory. I had become a vegan, and I got his book, Cooking with Mother Nature. When I saw his book, I said, I got to meet this guy because he's talking about soul food and veganism. Wow. So he was at the Comedy Store on a tour, juices served only. Went to see him. Afterwards, met him out in the parking lot. He invited me to come down to the Whole Life Expo, which was a health expo. So granted, it was 50 people at the Comedy Store because he wasn't serving no alcohol. And it was 300-seater. 50 people came because they couldn't drink. But the next day, it was 1,000 white people there to see him speak on wellness and nutrition. And that blew me away to see him do comedy, then to see him lecture. When I saw him lecture, I said, I want to do that. So our whole thing is modeled after him, but where he was selling health, we're selling wealth.
Got you.
You got to say, where he was for the civil rights movement, we're for the silver rights movement. Silver, money, money. Because my father wasn't about money. He loved money, but he wasn't about investing in building money. Okay. Dick Gregory wasn't about money. He loved money, but he wasn't about investing money. He was about giving it back to the community. Okay. Giving it away. So my thing is like, okay, let's take the money and help people control their personal economy. Not where I give you money and you may be able to pay for one thing for 1 month. No, where you be able to pay for something for the rest of your life and you have the money to finance your dreams and finance your reality. Yeah. Right? And then teach your children that. Teach your children how money and prosperity, how sacred that is, and how that is what's missing in our community. We've got the spirituality. We've got the information. We've got the education. We've got the love. But we don't have the money. Yeah. Nor do we have the money consciousness. How will you not recycle your dollars, brother? Why is every community, the community of the East Indian community, recycles their dollars 22 times before it leaves their community, stays in their community 30 days. In the Black community, stays 1.5 days, brother. Yeah. 1.5 days, 30 days. Korean community, 22 days. The Jewish community, 11 days. The Jewish community, 17 days. The Latino community, 11 days. Black folks, 1.5 days. How can you build a nation? How can you build a people with no money, brother? How can you build a community when you're asking for money from somebody else? Because that somebody else becomes your authority, becomes your parental figure. Yeah. And you become a child. You become a child as a group that's always asking where you already have everything you need, brother. It's mental. Slavery is mental now. Yeah. The chains are around our brains. So what we've got to do is break those chains, man. And people say, well, let's go after the young people. I say, let's go after the young people, the old people, the men people, the college people, the elders. Let's go after everybody.
Exactly.
As long as you're alive and can breathe, brother, you can always make money. You can be blind, crippled, and crazy and being an investor. It don't matter. So we've got to learn the game, that right side of that quadrant, brother. Business, big business, investing, business. So we come to the city. We come to the city, to Baltimore on the 18th. Yes. We will be doing our show. I forgot. Do you have the theater there?
We have it's MAGOOBY'S.
Huh?
MAGOOBY'S Joke House.
Yeah, the Joke House. That's on Saturday That's on Sunday.
Right.
Then on Friday, we're at another location. I don't know where that is, but call that number on there. You can call me. I'm at 213-357-0970, 213-357-0970. But there's a phone number for tickets. It's a 404 number.
Yeah,
I just want to say to the people, come on out. I'm going to have T-shirts. I've got this T-shirt I've got on. It's called From Coon to Tycoon. And it's a funny story around that. Me and my brother were writing for my father for a show called Judge Mooney. And we were writing. And we drove on set. I had my Mercedes. My brother had his Mercedes. Black Mercedes, new Mercedes. We had over $200,000 in business credit. So we had all this money. We had these Mercedes. My father drives up, this is on set, he drives up in a 1969 convertible Cadillac. Us and our two brand new Mercedes, $200,000 in business credit. Him and his 1969 Cadillac convertible. He jumps out the car and he looks at us, looks at our cars, looks at us, then he says, "You Negroes have gone from coon to tycoon." That's this T-shirt. I've got this T-shirt. I'm coming with Stop the Violence, and not Stop the Violence, but Stop the Poverty, Increase the Wealth T-shirts, which are selling like hotcakes. I'm coming with T-shirts, pictures of my father. You can have his souvenirs. You can purchase the souvenirs. So these will be at the show. So again, this is a celebration. When you see the videos that we're going to be showing about our father before the show, it's going to blow you away. Just that alone is worth the price of the ticket.
Definitely. And
tickets are only $20 in advance. It's going to be a tremendous show. We want to get in and get out. We only have the place for 3 hours. We want to get in and get out, do business network. And then again, the day before, we have our business seminar. And we're just coming to Baltimore. And we'll be back, because we have people who are with us with our wealth portal. My brother and I have the wealth portal, and we have members who are making money right now. Eartha Harris,
definitely,
you know Eartha, right?
Definitely got
making
Eartha Harris.
Kenyon making money. Troy making money. We don't play. We got receipts. Definitely. Making money, and if they can do it, the individuals can do it too. So that's what we're there for, man, to really uplift and celebrate with laughter for our father, the tribute, and then bring some personal economy to the community. Because if you got 1,000 people, you answer me this question. If you got 1,000 people in Baltimore making $5,000 a month, would that help the conditions in Baltimore?
No, not at all.
1,000 making $5,000 a month.
Not at all.
Right? We need 5,000. We need 10,000. We need 20,000. We need 30,000. We need 100,000 people making $5,000 a month. That's when we start doing some impact.
Yeah.
See, because now we have a group of investors and we can invest together. We can partner up, right? If you got 1,000 people making $5,000 a month, and you take 1,000 people to invest $1,000, now you got $100,000.
Yeah.
That you can invest in a project and make something happen.
Definitely.
So we are saying we are the people that we've been praying for. We are the beings that we've been waiting for. We are it. It dawned on me. I said, all that I've been asking for somebody to do, I need to do it. Right? I said, what do people need? My mind was like, people need money. I don't care what they say. I look at politics. They look for reparations for what? Money. Right? They need more jobs to make what? Money. They want more financing from the banks for what? Money, right? Everything, we need better schools. How do you build, what does it take to build better schools? Money. We need better this, better this, better that. Everything that we say we need costs money. We need better lawyers. Lawyers cost money. Everything that we talk about that we need, the bottom line is most of it, 99.99% of it is covered with money. So what if we just go straight for the jugular and get the money?
Right. And then you control everything else.
Learn how to get money. He or she who has the consciousness and the money has the power. I'm going to repeat that. He or she who has the consciousness and the money has the power. Yeah. It's as simple as that. So we got a lot of people with the consciousness and the money. We've got greater power. Now we can make a difference. Now we can build our own schools. Now we can finance our own businesses. Now we can finance whatever it is we want to finance. We can create our own recreational centers. We can create our own health places. We can go buy an island in the Caribbean and just call it Health Island. Create our own resorts. We can do that around the world because now we have to be international. Stop thinking local. Think Caribbean. Think Africa. Think the diaspora. Think Jamaica, think everywhere. Wherever we are, we can invest in and build. Right now, Ghana is inviting brothers and sisters to come and do business.
Wow.
Giving them financing, making it easy for them to do business with them by them giving them financing and giving them property and land and all of that. So we're saying, hey man, now is the time. And after COVID, pro-COVID, people are getting back out there in each other's faces, right?
Right.
Now people are getting back out there wanting to be seen, wanting to come out. The tickets for the show on Sunday are moving well because people want to come out.
Definitely. We got to give a shout out to Tight Knit too.
Tight Knit. Tight Knit got it going on, brother.
Yes, indeed. With Eartha Harris, Troy Rollins, Larry Lancaster. Everybody going to be there Sunday, July 18th.
Eartha Harris is amazing.
I'm super psyched because me and Eartha, we talk all the time, and we talk exactly what you're talking about, the money. And it's crazy. It's crazy that so many people run away from the money. They always think to the point it's a scheme here, it's a scheme there. But my thing is, if you're working for somebody, you're never gonna get it.
Yeah,
you have to create your own. Like you said, it's a creating thing now. And listening to what you're saying is what's going to happen on Saturday, it's going to create it. You're giving an opportunity for people to get into it if you want to make your own money. And my thing is not even an if. Myself personally, I want to make my own to the point where, you're not waiting on anybody else. You're calling your own shot. You live the way you want to live. You're not living on what somebody's about to give you.
Teach.
Because with a job, it's what they want to give you. They telling you they're going to dictate to you. You're going to work from 9 to 5. You'll be off when I tell you to be off. If you're late, I'm going to deduct you. On top of that, when you get paid, I'm going to take a certain amount of taxes out to the point you're not going to get a full paycheck. And like you said, they're keeping you in a poverty mind state because they know for a fact you can't live off that paycheck. So you don't have to them, the thing is you don't have a choice but to come back here.
Right.
But taking part in this on Saturday, we can call our own shot to where we don't have to work for that 9 to 5. You can sit there and say, hey, I'm gonna wake up about 10 o'clock, I can go, I can make reservations now. I can go to Hawaii. I can go to Florida. I can do this. I can do that. And it's on your time, not theirs. See, when people sit there and say, I want to live, this is what I ask them. I say, well, how are you living now?
Yeah.
The thing is, well, I'm about to take a vacation. Okay, are your bills paid before you take the vacation, or are you taking away from a bill to go on vacation? And that thing is, well, I got to take away from a bill so I can go on vacation. I'm like, well, then that's not vacation. Because the whole time you're on vacation, you're worrying about when you get back, how you uncover them bills.
Right.
So my thing is, hey, look, everybody needs to attend this right here on Saturday to the point where he's going to teach us. They are going to teach us how to become wealthy. And bring your cousins, bring your mom, bring your aunts, your uncles.
And brother, it was key. Before you can become wealthy, you got to become financially free.
Ooh.
What's financial freedom?
Yes, can you say that again?
Financial freedom is when your passive income exceeds your monthly bills.
Okay.
Now you got freedom. Now you can get rich.
Okay.
When your passive income, let's say if your bills cost you $3,500 a month, but you're making $5,000 a month, you're financially free now.
Oh yeah.
You're covered. So now you can turn that 5,000 into 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000, a million. You can, because you can think now. Okay. So I want to give this, I just lost it. This address, the show, July 18th on Sunday. Doors open at 5 p.m. It's at MAGOOBY'S.
Right.
MAGOOBY'S is located. Is that 6603 Dureco Road, Lutherville, Timonium,
Maryland.
Here's the phone number, ladies and gentlemen. 443-655-7188. 443-655-7198.
Right, 798.
That's where you get those tickets. Come buy your tickets now. Do not wait, because we want to add a second show, brother.
There we go.
That's what I'm saying. Sell these things out. All we need is 200 people to sell out because of COVID, right? I think we're at 150 tickets now sold.
Right.
So we're saying, let's sell it out and do another show. But I can't do another show unless we sell out.
There you go. And if
so it's going to be a tremendous show. I've got T-shirts. We've got people who are okay. Let me make sure I see that correctly, because.
Well, let me tell people this: if y'all want tickets, hit me up.
Tell them.
Hit me up if you want tickets. I'll deliver them to you personally. You can also go on Eventbrite. It's the love tribute to Paul Mooney. Once again, is at MAGOOBY'S. The address is 9603 Dureco Road, Lutherville, Timonium, Maryland.
I got 90. Is it 96 or 98?
9603.
Okay.
The phone number is 443-655-7198. You can also go on my Instagram page, DJ Diamond Cuts. You can also go on DJ Chronicles 01. Also check out DMR Radio. Inbox me. I'll say it again. You can inbox me, and I can personally deliver you tickets to you. We want to pack out this show, y'all. July 18th. Doors open up at 4 p.m. Show times at 5 o'clock. It's from 5 to 8 p.m. You can get in, get out. Come on out and support, but also do not forget to come out Saturday as well.
Yeah. They can call that number, that 443 number. Is that 655-7198?
Yes, that's right.
They call that number and find out where the event is on Saturday. I know it's at a restaurant, and we can make it happen.
Oh yeah.
And we're having a ball, man. So I'm looking forward to meeting you physically, brother.
Oh, me
Because
too.
all this virtual stuff has been fun. I'm ready to do some daps, some fist bumps.
I know that's right.
Some shoulder hits, some, you know, some hugs, some love. Yeah. You know, ain't nothing like when we get together, brother. In Houston, man, we had them dying so hard, man. They was on the floor, brother. They was crying. Well, these stories we got on our father and Richard Pryor and these stories, Dick Gregory, and all these stories we got, man, growing up, Hollywood stories, like stories you have never heard before, man.
Man, I can't.
Stories you have never heard before. And right now, by the way, brother, we're doing a documentary on our father.
Oh, okay.
We just made a deal with a company, documentary for Netflix. We've got a lot of. I've got some stuff going on. We're going around the country doing the tributes. We're in Baltimore on the 18th. I'm in San Diego the middle of August. I'm back in LA. Well, we do a big wealth seminar August 7th in Long Beach. So we're busy, man. I'm doing shows, doing seminars, and we're just really busy because, you know, the world is opening back up, man. And while everybody, as I said earlier, everybody was stressing and tripping during COVID, the pandemic, we was building, man. We were just using the social media and the computer and virtually just building, brother, building, finding the ways to make the money that worked. And now we're able to share with the people and we already got a troop of people working with us. Okay. By the way, of those of you on Facebook, the Wealth Portal Group is our company. Sign up and join our group so you can see all the testimonials and you can see the money that people are making. And you can see how we're really going out there and making a difference and helping the people control and build their personal economy.
Okay. Well, shout out once again to Tight Knit, the group family, Eartha Harris,
Tight Knit,
Troy Rawlins, Larry Lancaster. And man, like I said, you know, it's been a pleasure and honor. I can't wait to meet you in person July 18th. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say July 17th because I'm definitely at the in a place for that when you talk about wealth. So I'm gonna be there for that. And man, I appreciate you so much. To the point.
Thank you, brother.
I definitely want to have you again. So is there anything about anybody you want to shout out before we close out?
The shout out I want to do before I close out is Reverend Ike said when he was older, he said the number one affirmation that you want to your subconscious mind to embrace out of all the affirmations Reverend Ike did. Reverend Ike was like a prosperity thinker back in the day. He was the original. He's the OG. He created it all. There would be no law of attraction if it wasn't for Reverend Ike. He said the number one affirmation, if you want to get rich, you want to create wealth, the number one affirmation that you want your subconscious mind to embrace is, I am money.
There you go. Y'all heard it here. I am money. Right here on DJ Chronicles. I am money. Big shout out to you, Mr. DARYL Mooney. I appreciate you once again. Look forward to you. Tight Knit is looking forward to you. Baltimore is looking forward to having you.
Yes.
So this your boy.
Yes.
DJ Diamond Cuts. Sayonara. Right here on DJ Chronicles. Peace and love.
DJ Chronicles.